In total, 632 women were identified by their peers as stupidly attractive. So do you think, my bias removed, how many of these women were single? Welcome back to Inside the Dating Mind. I am Dr. Axel Schumacher, scientist by training, entrepreneur by choice, and love researcher by obsession. With me is Aria, our AI researcher.
Hello.
Okay, as a tech CEO and futurist, I see how technology is rewiring our ability to connect. And as a coach and speaker, I witnessed the loneliness epidemic firsthand. And that's why I have dedicated my life to bridging this gap, combining neuroscience, behavioral psychology, evolutionary biology, and thousands of hours of real-world experience into practical wisdom you can use tonight. So subscribe now, because there is a better way to laugh, and you deserve to know it. Now, let's kick off this episode with another brutal truth. One that every dating coach I have ever met gets spectacularly wrong. Here it is. The most attractive women are unfortunately never single. Really. Women who combine genuine kindness with beauty and that rare quality of making others feel better just by being around them, they are exceptional. And like everything exceptional, they're both highly valued and difficult to find unattached, especially as they mature. Think about it from market perspective. These women possess a combination of traits that virtually everyone seeks: emotional warmth, physical attractiveness, and what psychologists call positive affect, the ability to elevate the mood of those around them. So, research in interpersonal attraction shows that people with these qualities tend to form stable relationships early and maintain them longer. Sure, crash a charity event packed with 18-year-olds and you will spot a few unmarried stunners. But here's the thing. The older a woman gets, the higher the probability she's off the market if she is genuinely attractive. As women age, they might start prioritizing commitment. But if they are staggeringly beautiful, they have already locked down a high-value partner faster. Gorgeous women don't sit on the dating shelf collecting dust. That's just a reality. This is how our dating market operates. Supply and demand. And the demand through the damn roof. So, today we are diving into a question that quietly haunts a lot of men as their birthday starts stacking up. So, what if all the truly extraordinary women, the rare mix of beauty, warmth, and actual emotional intelligence are already taken by the time you're finally mature enough to appreciate them? How to hell do you handle it? Do you pursue the ones you like anyway, even if they're married? Or is it smarter to pivot towards assortative dating, basically pairing up with just compatible singles based on shared values and mutual weirdness? and a common love for overpriced sushi. Rather than chasing that elusive ideal of beauty and kindness, I will break this down with practical, no BS advice. So let's unpack it step by step so you can actually apply these insights to your own romantic dumpster fire. Okay. There are countless of articles, typically in women's magazines or in other dating articles written by women, claiming that the most attractive women are the ones who are actually most likely single. Often, this myth is propagated by citing studies on physical attractiveness or by giving examples of famous celebrities. So look at Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. They broke up, right? A proof that beautiful people are more likely to be single. These articles also almost always provide several reasons for this inequality. Aria, please give them to us.
No problem. 1. Men feel intimidated or inferior in the presence of attractive women. 2. It becomes almost completely hopeless for the woman if she is also intelligent and successful. 3. There is a reluctance among men to approach a woman who is above average in attractiveness, because men automatically assume that she must be taken. 4. The male brain does not consider a pretty woman for a long-term relationship. 5. If the woman has landed an equally beautiful man, he often does not want to commit himself to the relationship, because if she is attractive, he must be attractive, and hence he too has too many options when it comes to online dating.
Really?
Hey, don't shoot the messenger. These gems come straight from Der Stern, a major German magazine, and similar wisdom gets recycled endlessly in women's magazines.
These articles often give a depressive message. The poor, attractive woman has to lower her standards in order to find a permanent partner. So sad. Yeah. Unfortunately, what the author of this article didn't mention, almost all those claims are questionable or plain nonsense. Where is this research? So, do we see evidence that attractive women are plagued by singlehood? Even journalists tend to twist scientific facts, not necessarily intentionally. Here we see why proper scientific method is so important. You have to separate your own desires, your biases, and problems from how you judge the world. And here's the truth bomb. Physically attractive women aren't more often single. It's literally the opposite. Let me paint you a picture. I once hit up a Burning Man-style festival on an island with one of my best female friends. An absolutely gorgeous woman. A legitimate 10, really. One night, I'm sitting around with 6 other guys getting philosophical, and I mentioned she broke my heart. And then, one after another, every single man in that circle confesses she broke their heart too. Look, there are women out there every man wants. And precisely because every man wants them, they are never available. This is brutal reality. And I've worked with plenty of these guys. Some of them high-value men, handsome multi-millionaires over 40 who can't find partners. Yeah, that's it. That exists. Dating coaches love preaching that men increase their sexual market value with age, which is true, if they play their cards right. So that's technically true. But it's also about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Because there are 0 women left in the dating pool who fit these men's target demographic. And before you misunderstand, I'm not talking about gold-digging Instagram models or Vegas strippers or the escorts haunting Dubai nightclubs. Yes, these women may look great, but they're not really marriage material. Trust me on this. Those women are not 9s or 10s. I'm talking about those genuinely wonderful, kind, caring, feminine women who also happen to be gorgeous and have hearts of gold. The ones who make incredible partners and mothers. Then we have the phenomenon of monkey branching. Arya, let a woman explain what it is.
Monkey branching is the habit of never letting go of one relationship branch until the next one is firmly in hand. Much like a monkey that won't release one tree limb before grabbing another. Several studies show that monkey branching is often the result of women's behavior to keep a backup partner. One poll in the UK showed that almost 50% of women in relationships have a plan B, and it can be expected that the higher the attractiveness of a woman, the higher the chance that she has enough options to have at least one plan B waiting.
Exactly. Because top-tier women are continuously courted. They can line up a replacement partner with very little friction. That built-in safety net means they rarely spend meaningful time unattached. To outside observers, the entire cohort seems to vanish from the open market by their mid-20s and then moves from one closed relationship loop to the next. Look, let's not sugarcoat this. The idea isn't some delusional rant. Studies and everyday reality show that the most sought-after partners, so attractive, charming, emotionally solid, tend to get taken quickly, especially when it comes to women, because their value in the dating market peaks early. So by their mid-20s, most of the top-tier ones are already in serious relationships. They have had no shortage of options. And when you're constantly being pursued by decent men, you don't stay single for long. Now I get it. Okay. You want to push back. Yeah, but what about breakups, divorces? People move. Yes. Life's unpredictable. Sure. Sometimes. But don't bet your dating future on someone else's marriage falling apart. I strongly advise against it. Here's the reality. Attractive women tend to date equal or higher status men, a mix of hypergamy and assortative mating. In plain English, they're not leaving their handsome, tall, emotionally available, high-earning dolphin trainer just because you finally got your act together. That's why these women often stay in relationships that are more stable than a Swiss bank account. They are about as likely to re-enter the dating pool as I am to winning the Nobel Prize. Unfortunately. And if they become single, their already sky-high market value now competes against the dating market's leftovers, meaning they will be off the market faster than you can update your Tinder bio.
And then, unfortunately, let's not forget, Mother Nature crashes the party. Many of these amazing women will have kids, often several. And while that's not a deal breaker for everyone, let's be honest, not every high-quality guy dreams of instant fatherhood to someone else's offspring. The cruel irony? Those ultra-feminine women who make perfect partners for starting families usually already have.
And that's not sexism, that's just biology doing its thing. Okay. We can safely say this much. Truly attractive women, so those with both outer beauty and inner substance, rarely stay single. They just have too many damn options. The dating market doesn't leave diamonds lying around. It's not working. That said, nearly every dating coach I talked to, about 100 of them, mind you, insisted that if you're confident, attractive, older guy, you can absolutely meet high-quality women by just putting yourself out there. Daily life, they said, coffee shops, supermarkets, dog parks, just talk to them, they said. Okay, so I decided to test it. Maybe they were right. Could be. Maybe I was just bitter and out of touch. So over the course of almost 10 years, I conducted a kind of informal, slow-burning scientific experiment. So I approached nearly every woman I encountered who genuinely blew me away. So my personal 9s and 10s. And I don't just mean the serval level hot. I mean women whose beauty stopped me mid-step. Like awesome women. Women who radiated warmth, kindness, groundedness. The rare ones with that magical feminine grace. So altogether, till today, I identified exactly 412 women who fit the bill. It's an ongoing study, and on average, I came across one every few weeks. So most were between 28 and 36 years old. I met them everywhere, like business events, music festivals, public transport, airport lounges, side streets in Tokyo, London, Melbourne, cafes in Amsterdam, Copenhagen or Bangalore. It's like parks here in Munich or Barcelona, and rooftop parties in Dubai. Basically, wherever life threw me. And the results? Exactly. Zero of them were single. Not most, all taken. Not 80%, not 90%, not even 99%. All of them, every single one, was already taken. Singles, 0%. The exact numbers were as follows. 78% were married and 22% were in long-term relationships but not married.
Axel, but maybe they lied to you. Maybe they didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Well, good point. However, of those women, 324 agreed to an interview with me. So I was sitting down with them and asked them specific questions about their partnerships. And while I didn't ask to see their marriage certificate, in most cases it was pretty obvious. If she was wearing a wedding ring, talking about her husband, or stressing about picking up her twin toddlers from kindergarten, yeah, I didn't need forensic evidence. So in a few cases, their husbands even showed up, which made things awkward. Physically, I escaped unharmed. Psychological, not so much. Now, I can already hear you keyboard warriors typing. Hey bro, you probably have some weird radar that only detects married women. Subconscious bias, huh? Fair point. Fair point, skeptics. Fair point.
Challenge accepted.
So we ran another experiment. this time removing myself from the equation entirely. I launched a massive online study asking people to list the relationship status of the 3 most attractive men and women they personally knew. And for the study, we asked the participants to do the following.
Please think of the 3 women in your social circle, friends, co-workers, or acquaintances, whom you find the most attractive. Here, attractive refers not only to physical beauty, but also to qualities that inspire interest, admiration, or sexual desire, such as kindness, intelligence, values, health, or fitness. After identifying these 3 women, participants were asked how many of these women are A. Married. B. In a long-term relationship, but not married. C. Dating around, seeing several men and not single available. D. In another type of relationship, e.g., polyamorous or open relationship. Or E. Single, e.g., looking for a partner and available.
The response options were simple: none, 1, 2, or 3. And the results? Any guesses? Look. In total, 632 women were identified by their peers as stupidly attractive. So do you think, my bias removed, how many of these women were single? Well, let's first see how many were in long-term relationships. There we go, 23.6%. And that small chunk here, representing 0.6% of these amazing women, were women who are dating around, so meaning who see several partners. A specific subset of this is multi-amory, having different long-term partners, but that was completely irrelevant in this study. So, probably because beautiful women do not have the need to share partners. There was just one woman who lived this lifestyle. So, want to guess how many were single? Even less. 0. Zip. Nada. Every single one of those 632 women was already in a committed relationship. Most of them married, 75.6%, 100% taken. Surprised? Well, that's why we need to do studies. People usually don't know what they are talking about. The scientific method is basically humanity's bullshit detector. You take your precious beliefs, test them against reality, and watch most of them die horrible deaths when faced with actual evidence. It works because it doesn't care about your feelings or what you want to be true. It only cares about what repeatedly survives being tested. And dating coaches, yes, they tell their clients that the world is full of highly attractive single women. But here's the thing. Dating coaches have every incentive to sell you the fantasy that these magical women are everywhere, conveniently accessible after you buy that $4,000 course. Yeah. And women? I think most of them honestly believe the world is overflowing with available high-quality women, mostly because they are not the ones trying to date them. And let's be honest, most of them have no idea what men with actual options really want in a partner. So, my data raises a pretty uncomfortable question. If all the truly attractive women are already taken, should I just say screw it and go after married women? Excellent question. I'm glad you asked. Now, this is where things get interesting and where I part ways with most dating coaches who treat this topic like Voldemort. The standard advice is simple. If she's in a relationship, walk away, period. Go. Don't poke the bear, don't stir the pot. Don't mess with someone else's Netflix password arrangement. And honestly, that advice exists for good reasons. Ethically, it's a minefield. You are inviting drama, emotional fallout, and things you don't want to show up at 3 a.m. in the form of an angry boyfriend and a baseball bat. Even if you do manage to win her over. So, congrats, you have just built a relationship on a cracked foundation of secrets, guilt, and trust issues. Not exactly the rom-com ending you were hoping for, right? High-quality women, the kind you actually want long-term, rarely leave their partners for just a better smile and some clever banter. They're stable, loyal, selective. And I agree with that advice. If you are just out here casually dating, chasing dopamine hits and brunch selfies. But, and this is a Kardashian-sized but, if you are genuinely in love with this woman, like if you see her as a future partner, the mother of your hypothetical kids, and not just some weekend fling, then yeah, it's fair game. Morally complex, yeah, absolutely. But life isn't always black and white. Evolution doesn't care how you found your mate. Nature is brutal. The dating market is ruthless. Evolution doesn't hand out participation trophies. It rewards results. So competing with others for a partner isn't toxic masculinity, it's basic biology. If you don't play the game, you don't pass on your genes, period. Unless you don't want. And you just want to be kicked off the human gene pool. The human mating game is brutal, sometimes literally deadly. But winners adapt. They either overpay for what they want or spot undervalued opportunities others miss. But let's say you are not about to start flirting with a married woman and you also can't seem to find your dream girl amongst the single crowd. You have still 2 options. Option 1, give up, crawl into your man cave, fire up the PlayStation and slowly dissolve into your Netflix watch list. A lot of guys do exactly that. But if you're not ready to go full digital hermit, here's a better move. Pivot toward assortative mating without giving up on what matters.
As we age, assortative mating, partnering with someone who matches your education, values, ambition, and life goals, starts making a lot of sense. No, you may not land the exact fantasy partner who haunts your imagination, but you might find someone who actually makes your life better. And that's the whole point. If it's a net benefit, it works. That's not settling. That's called being strategic.
So don't chase the beautiful unicorn. And this is true for both sexes. Research from evolutionary psychology backs this up. Couples with shared traits, values, and backgrounds tend to be happier and stay together longer. Still, so don't throw your standards out of the window. Just get smarter about where you're looking. So please Ditch the dating apps for a minute and start showing up in places where high-quality single people actually hang out. Yeah. Think about networking events, fitness classes, art shows, venues where people go who give a damn about their lives. That are the places. You want someone on your level, so go where they are. And here's a pro tip. Use monkey branching to your advantage. Time for a tactical pivot.
Instead of desperately chasing the 3 attractive women who become single for 12 seconds each year, expand your social ecosystem. Meet these women before they're swinging to their next branch. Become the backup plan. Keep attractive women in your friend circle, not as some creepy orbiter, but as a genuine friend. Will they ever become available? Probably not. But if they do, you're already pre-positioned as option B.
The only durable counter to monkey branching is becoming the branch they want to grab next. And if you are a hopeless romantic, there is even another option. See dating not as a game of conquest for the most beautiful woman, but as an art form. The most meaningful connections emerge by celebrating beauty when you see it, honoring the feminine essence with sincerity and delight, even if she's already taken. That's why I keep friendships with beautiful women. Some of my best female friends are some of the most gorgeous and overall amazing women walking this planet. And if you look really close, you will find that true beauty is more than physical appearance. It's a spirit, a way of being, an energy that radiates through kindness, grace, confidence, and warmth. Every woman carries a version of it, though in many it lies dormant beneath layers of social conditioning and unworthiness. What awakes it is a man who sees it, not just at obvious places, but in the subtle details others miss. So when you encounter a woman who is already in a relationship or married, the respectful and empowered response is to admire her from afar. Let her beauty elevate you without trying to possess it. If life opens up a door in the future, plan B, it will happen naturally. But forcing it, chasing what's unavailable, or masking your desire behind false intentions only creates imbalance. Attraction can be pure without needing to be acted upon. Witnessing her beauty can be enough. And when your world is rich with purpose, play, curiosity, and depth, beauty finds you. Look, women are drawn to men who are fully alive, who embrace both lightness and mystery, who are at peace with themselves, yet crackling with desire. So, expand your understanding of what beauty is. Don't give up on women who move you. To sum up this episode, the hard truth is truly attractive women are almost never single. Not because they were taken once and stayed that way, but because they are constantly in demand. But you can become the branch they want to swing to next. So,
Statistically speaking, every attractive woman will be single for approximately 12 seconds at some point. Your job? Be in position. when that window opens.
Look, I know this episode stinks. It destroyed the fantasy that your perfect dream girl is just waiting at the next coffee shop. She's likely not. She's probably at home having dinner with her husband. So, if you are serious about finding love, it's time to stop chasing what's merely available and start becoming the kind of man women naturally gravitate towards when they're ready for something new. This isn't a call to settle or to lower your standards. It's a challenge to level up, to expand your social ecosystem, to cultivate character and purpose, and to revise your own definition of beauty before the window of opportunity narrows. And here's a lesson for women. My research shows that women who radiate warmth and genuine femininity almost never lack partners. Kindness and emotional generosity signal trust and reliability, making them universally magnetic. The most irresistible women are not those who are the most beautiful, no, or those who chase love, but those who let love bloom around them with grace, care, and a touch of feminine mystery. They turn a passing glance into lasting devotion. Be that radiant presence, alive, kind, and open, and watch the world lean closer.
What's the smarter move? Chase the fantasy or play the long game? We want to hear from you.
Yes, share your take in the comments because
Ciao.
I will switch off now. And if you're into evidence-based insights on dating, love, and human behavior, subscribe to Inside the Dating Mind. Ask me your hardest questions, the ones the other dating coaches avoid or can't answer. I read every comment. So, until next time, keep evolving and thanks for being part on this journey.